I don't think any of us were expecting Baten Kaitos 1 and 2 HD collection to just drop on Steam, and not only just drop on Steam, but just out of nowhere drop on Steam. This is a series that a lot of people have very little to no familiarity with, and it's kind of, it depresses me a little bit because I played this back at launch, back in the day on the GameCube back in 2003 with the first one, Baten Kaitos Eternal Wings and the Endless Ocean, or the Lost Ocean rather. I played it a lot back then, and then 2005 or 2006 came around, and the sequel slash prequel, Baten Kaitos Origins, came out, and I was all over that game too. So color me tickled. Color me surprised that came out on Steam, and I'm like, hey, Bandai-Namco, can I get a review copy of it? They're like, yeah, sure, here you go. It's now available on Steam, and it runs so good. I've been playing it on my gaming desktop as well as my handheld gaming PCs, and in this review, we're going to talk about it. So before we dive into it further, I want to give a big thank you to Bandai-Namco for providing a review code for this. And with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about Baten Kaitos 1 and 2 HD Collection. The HD remastered versions of Baten Kaitos 1 and 2 offer an intriguing glimpse into Monolith Soft's earlier creations, whose innovations remain relevant even after 20 years. Overall, they do hold up relatively well, largely owing to thoughtful quality of life improvements. However, be prepared for a lengthy investment of time and patience to fully appreciate these games. Eternal Wings features a protagonist named Callus, who deviates from the norm by having just one natural wing. The other is mechanical. Motivated by revenge for his slain family, his journey evolves upon encountering Shella, a young woman set on preventing Malpercio's resurrection. Callus forms unexpected alliances and exhibits personal growth as he navigates these airborne landscapes. Though he starts as a somewhat abrasive character, he's a product of the era. While the central plotlines are relatively standard fare, replete with a villainous empire, the game's setting imbues it with a unique identity. Through features like the Wings of the Heart, floating lands, Magnus cards, and your role as the Guardian Spirit, the game's world just flows with life and just feels very lived in. And yeah, regarding the Guardian Spirit, yes, that's you. You are part of the core story of both games. So yeah, you get to be part of it. Not directly, but kind of directly involved, but you get what I mean as we continue on. So as the Guardian Spirit, you'll be engaging with the protagonist as an ethereal entity, adding an element of meta-awareness to the gameplay. Your choices can strengthen your bond with characters, ultimately aiding them in combat. Now, like I said before, this does utilize a card-based battle system, but it's not what you would traditionally expect when it comes to a card-based battler. So let's dive into that a little bit more. So Magnus cards are versatile, serving as combat assets and lifestyle utilities. The battle mechanics revolve around strategically utilizing these cards, which can be acquired through various means. Their usage ranges from offense to defense, influenced by multiple factors like elemental affinities and sequential bonuses. Progression in terms of the class levels is distinct from character levels. It enhances combat capabilities by affecting the number of available Magnus cards and the ways you can deploy them. Combat introduces real-time elements requiring quick decisions when selecting offensive and defensive Magnus cards. Now, mastering these intricacies takes time and patience, but it becomes rewarding. Baten Kaitos Origins tweaks these mechanics, presenting a quicker paced experience, albeit with a steeper initial learning curve. Yet I found Origins more engaging due to its faster pace and post-battle full recovery feature, which enables more adventurous combat scenarios. However, these games are not for everyone. If you're not willing to delve into the mechanics and tutorials, you may find the experience frustrating. I experienced this firsthand with Origins, struggling initially until I rediscovered the rhythm of the game. Both titles offer gameplay variants, differing in how experience is gained, currencies are acquired, and even in the general mood of their narratives. Technically, the remaster versions introduce much appreciated quality of life features. These include disabling encounters, speeding up gameplay, and other accessibility options which collectively save me hours. Now, I also want to mention that the frame rate has been increased. The original game ran at a frame rate of about 30 frames per second or 30 feels per second, whereas this runs at 60 frames per second. So it feels substantially faster than the original, and aside from the lack of the English voice acting, which we'll get into in a minute, I really feel like this is the definitive way to play this game. Now, we have to talk about some of the downsides, and the drawbacks of this game are the inconsistent frame rates, which can go up and down depending on where you are. It needs to be locked, but it's not a locked 60 frames per second. And then the removal of the original English voiceovers. Granted, the audio quality and the voice acting in Baten Kaitos, Eternal Wings, and The Lost Ocean was not great by any stretch of the means.
In this world, there are things that people mustn't touch. Who cares?
The god of demise and destruction, the cursed power of Malpertio.
The Magnus? Never heard of that before.
Damn! The bastards!
It's unthinkable to act against the Empire?
Us heroes, we have so much to do.
I've been waiting.
Kill him. If left alone, he will prove a threat to my empire.
Let us trust the
Just
young,
one more.
who hold the spirit within them.
The struggle alone will fill a great emptiness within you and ease your pain.
How long have you known?
Come on, Kibari! Move it!
Go away!
Our only hope is the long-lost ocean.
Awaken! Ancient god of destruction!
Be what you always dreamed to be!
It was rough, but I don't think it needed to be removed. Now, Baten Kaitos Origins, substantially better. It's actually some of the best voice acting on the GameCube as a whole. Now, the reason that was given as to why the voice acting was removed and just given the Japanese dub throughout is because modern times. There are a lot of things that I guess people would find bothersome or troublesome now due to how PC society is right now, or politically correct. So there's a lot of things that will be said and situations that I guess modern gamers and people would find to be very uncomfortable. I just feel like if you're gonna remaster something, you either spend the budget to redo the entire dub and fix whatever issues that there are, or you just port the old dub into the new remaster. I mean, look at Tales of Symphonia Remastered that came out on Steam, PlayStation 3, as well as the Switch remastered version. All they did was took the PS3 game, upscaled it, and then they just put it out, right? So there's very little, if anything, that's actually different. I don't know why they couldn't do that with this, but I don't know. It is what it is. So despite those issues, the soundtracks composed by Motoi Sakuraba, renowned for his work on the Tales series and others, enhance the overall experience with their standout compositions. Now, in wrapping everything up, all things considered, Baten Kaitos 1 and 2 HD Remaster represents a masterful re-release, allowing these underrated JRPGs to shine once more. While the mechanics may initially pose a challenge, persevering yields a deeply satisfying adventure. With modern enhancements, these classic titles are now accessible to newcomers and nostalgic for returning players. So welcome return for these unique gems on contemporary platforms. And if you haven't already, I highly recommend you go out and pick these up. And that's it. That's the review for Baten Kaitos 1 and 2 HD Remaster. Again, thank you to Bandai-Namco for providing a review copy of the game. But what do you guys think? Is this something you're going to pick up for your PC? Did you pick it up for the Switch, or did you get the physical copy for Switch that was on Play Asia? Whatever your thoughts are, let's get the conversation going in the comment section down below. And if you want to pick up this game on Steam, I'll leave links down in the description below for you to get it. Or if you want to get it on Switch as well, digital or physical format, I'll leave links down in the description as well. All that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay safe, be blessed, have aloha. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out, and a hui ho.